Look, this story is still very much unfolding. And, as of yesterday, we could have had potentially a settlement. We'll have to see what the new chapters are. But, we do believe this is an incremental negative overhang on the stock because there was a settlement opportunity ostensibly, and it didn't happen. And now ultimately, there is some risk that Elon may not be able to operate in his current capacity in a go-forward basis. And the challenge is not only does that risk exist, but if Musk ultimately chooses to fight it, this could take years before we find that out. And that overhang is going to remain. It could be an impediment to raising capital. And so that's clearly an incremental negative. But we're still learning more about this as the story unfolds.
I know, but Tony, he is fighting it, right? He had a chance to settle in terms that so many people have already come on our air today and said he should have taken. And those are even people who are supportive of Musk. Jason Calacanis, for example, a admitted friend and supporter of Elon Musk, says he should have taken the deal. You made the case just now for all of the reasons why this stock could go nowhere other than down in the near future, and yet you're standing with your $325 price target.
Look, fair question to press us on that. I'm not sure I agree it necessarily goes down from here. I think investors are bracing increasingly for that possibility. One could argue that, originally the ask on the table did not remove Elon, and so the suit that was filed yesterday that's seeking to bar him from a public company is really an opening bid, and that there is room for negotiation, and maybe calmer heads will prevail going forward. I don't think we know that. As it stands, I agree with you. I think this right now is an incremental negative headwind. We're seeing the market react in a way to that, and that can certainly help them. Could this take another turn, as we saw happen so frequently in the go private transaction? It might.
If I told you today that it is more likely than not that Musk is forced to step away for whatever period of time we're talking about, if we knew that he wasn't going to be running this company for any period of time, what would that do to the stock, do you think?
It would take an incremental hit down. Now, again, we have to understand running the company versus being behind the company, because reports are the settlement was his not being CEO or his not being chairman, but there's still a lot of gray zone in terms of his being chief product architect, chief strategist, chief visionary, in a role that ultimately could have a similar impact on the company. If he's removed entirely from the company, that's a material hit. I think the stock could fall another 20% plus on that news.
Does your calculus and how you view the stock change if he refuses to settle and he goes to trial?
Look, that's not going to happen quickly. So I do think, the stock isn't going to go, it's going to have difficulty really moving if they enter a prolonged course towards settlement. I think it'll be tough for the stock to materially move higher. Look, it's hard to know. I mean, the expected life, if you look at precedent cases, he's hired Mark Cuban's lawyer. It took 5 years for Mark Cuban to be exonerated. That's a really, really long time. And in the near to medium term, if that's the track we're on, the stock's in the doghouse. In the medium to longer term, if the company continues to do well, then my guess is the shares will recover.